We here with the Bonbaguy Podcast. I'm here with another guest. I'm gonna let him introduce himself and we'll tell him what he do.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on, man? I appreciate the love, first of all. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks looking for coming out.
Anytime, man. My name Jackpot, man. Mr. Jackpot from Queens. I'm a creative, you know what I'm saying? I make music, I engineer, mix and master my own work. I'm a photographer. I take pictures. I do little like videos. I don't really do music videos. I'm just all around trying to get it type of person, you know what I'm saying? And just trying to get my story out now. You know, I've been dropping music and stuff, so I want to start being more approachable. You know what I'm saying? Like, who I am.
How you got the name Jackpot?
When I was younger, I was going by a different name. The name I was going by Young Verse, and this was back in the Smack DVD time. I watched a rapper named Young Verse get demolished by Jin. Like, it was like this was when Jin was on his run.
Yeah, Jin.
And Jin battled some dude named Young Verse. Like, I was a young boy at the time, and he battled some dude named Young Verse, and Jin killed him. And I was like, I can't even use that name anymore. Like, because people will mistake me for the dude that got killed. So, for a little while, I wasn't rapping, and then somebody came to me and asked me how I felt about a couple of names. And I brought back Jackpot to my mother, and she said that it fit because at one point in time, I'm my mother's first child. At one point in time, she was trying to have children, and she didn't think she could have children. Like, she was about to give up, and Jackpot, she got pregnant with me. So she was like, that's what you should run with. Like, usually, you know, so my mother calls me Jackpot. Everybody calls me Jackpot, you know. Whatever we could do, we could win. Let's do it.
So who influenced you to make music?
Rest in peace to K-Star. You know what I'm saying? K-Star, a childhood friend of mine. We used to listen to music. And shout out to Joel Santana, man. His first album, From Me to You. We had that album on repeat at that time. I had to be like 13, 14 years old. And we were such big fans of Dipset and Joel Santana. And we used to sit in the crib like, yo, we could rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just wanted to, I'll be honest with you, I got into music just so that when I got older and I got my own car, I could drive and listen to my own shit. Like, it was I never put a thing on it like I'm gonna get rich off this. Like, my true motivation behind making music from the very start was just so that when I rode around, I could be driving my own shit. When people heard me, they'd be like, yo, who's that? I'm like, yo, man, that's me right there. That was all the recognition I needed at 14 years old, so, yeah.
So what's your favorite song you ever recorded?
Damn, nobody ever asked me that one. I don't know. I know a song that's high up there was the song called Ringtone that I used to perform when I was like younger trying to do this. And it was one of my favorites because it was well received by the people that I performed it to. At the time, I was a young boy with no guidance. I didn't know what to do with this music stuff. I was just running around performing on every stage that had a microphone for me to use. And, you know, Ringtone really got well received at the time, you know what I'm saying? But I never had a video for it. Like, I don't know who to blame because I never had nobody to really, like, yo, you need to shoot a music video for this. Like, we got to start moving certain type of ways. I was young, so one of my greatest hates was that I didn't have the push to put that to push that more because Ringtone had some love on it. So, yeah, I'll say Ringtone. Ringtone was a good record. Any song that I write dedicated to my mother is a fire record.
So you're the only child, you said, right?
No, I'm the oldest.
The oldest.
I'm one of 3, now 2. My younger sister was shot and killed a couple years, 5, 6 years ago. So good, man, now. But, you know, yeah, the oldest of 3. You know, and my mom's, shout out to her, she held it down. And yeah, trying to promote some music, trying to take her out the hood, make her stop working, you know?
So you got no kids?
I have no children. I just had a 36th birthday. and I have no children yet. You know, a lot of people ask me what's wrong with me. I'm like, what's wrong with them?
Why you think you haven't had a kid yet?
You know, I don't even really have a true answer. Like, my mom was always promoted using condoms. Like,
Smart.
she was big. Like, she used to come home and throw them on the bed. Like,
Shout out to her.
Don't come home with no kids. I'm not babysitting no kids. Like, and you know, and I just never really, like, was pushing on. I don't know what makes people just have babies and shit like that. Like, unless they planned for it specifically, but no accidents, no nothing. I played it safe, I guess.
What do you think about these generation females?
Like the age range of what?
The age range that you would date.
Oh, I think that right now, being that I have no children, like, I feel like I can make that one of my own criteria. And being that I'm 36, almost everybody in my age range has at least one. So
you plan on being a stepdad?
I work with children, like, for my profession. I work with children, so I don't mind kids. But I'm saying, I don't know, like, I should still be able to hold the option of, like, I want my first to be your first. You know, let's go through those trials and tribulations together. I was just listening to, shout out to Jess Hilarious on 105. I was just listening to her on the radio, and she was like, even though it was her second kid she just had, like, she was so, like, on to the kid. The baby father is tight that he can't hold the baby because she was so I'm like, I want those type of experiences. I don't want nobody who had a kid already. Sometimes I think, like, I want nobody who had a kid already. I'm like, yeah, it's not.
It's not the same feeling.
Yeah, like, even though I don't know what that feeling is like, but you know, but I don't know. I truly don't know, like, which way to go with that. Like, when it comes to kids, I'm not running towards kids, but I'm not running away from kids.
It gotta make sense.
Yeah, like, I'm almost at the point where it's like, let's just go half, like on a child, because at 36, I don't think I know people biologically say we can have kids up until we die.
Right.
I'm not trying to be 50 years old getting outrun by my 5-year-old. Like, because my knee killing me. He looking at me like, Dad, you trash. Like, you know, they supposed to be looking at us.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so, I don't know, that's something stupid. I know people probably looking like, hey, shut up. But, you know, it's the things that men think about when you getting older and you ain't got no kids. It's like, now it's like, I really got to be mindful because it's at this point now, at 30-some years old, like, you ain't slipping up and...
Yeah, you don't want to waste all this time to be the fuck up on this...
And have some...
Crazy...
And then I'm scared because the horror stories of baby mothers and baby fathers. And then they're like, oh, you should get married. And then look at all the people out here who lose everything because they got married first. And it's like, what y'all want me to do? Like, how do I make this work? Exactly.
Jay-Z didn't have one till he was like, what, 40 or something?
Shit. Jay-Z had $500 million at the time.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So I need to work a little harder because, you know, even what's the name? I think he just had his first one young. Mike Epps.
Oh, yeah?
I think Mike, I don't know if he got older kids, but I know he got a young one right now, probably like 5-6 years old, I think. And it's like, he's, what? But you got the bread, like, you got the money for the time. That's what I'm saying.
It's like, once you have the bread, it's like, fuck it. The problem, the headaches that other people deal with, you won't have to deal with it because you got the money.
Yeah.
Like, you got that shut the fuck up money. That's what I call it. Like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, no, like I said, I work with kids. Like, my profession, I went to school, I mean, to ultimately end up working with children. So I love kids. Like, you know, this new generation of kids, though, these junior high school kids are insane, but.
You think it's most of the parents' fault?
It's a combination, man. But it starts at home. Starts at home, man. I'm Jamaican. I had a strong foundation. My mom's was a single mother, though. Not the whole time, because my younger sister father was in play and stuff like that. But, like, it starts in the house. Like, my mom's was big on discipline, mind your business, stay out of grown folks' business. We sitting in here, grown people sitting in here talking, go to the other room. Like, I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Like,
stay in the child's place.
Period. My mother was big on that. So, like, respect is big for me from young kids. Like, what are you doing? Well, who are you talking to? How are we here? Like, you know, this younger generation is disrespecting adults, like, that don't disrespect them. Like, it's one thing when you defend it because every adult don't treat kids like, you know, they be some adults saying, you know what I mean, shouldn't have had kids or shouldn't be working with kids. And in the kid's defense, like, defend your right to be respected at that point. But most of the time, like, kids, this new generation of kids just wilding. And it's like, your mother didn't tell you to...
No guidance. It's like the system, they break up black families.
It could go so deep. I'm trying to be, I don't know, like, we got so much time. Like, we could talk about it. The whole segment could just be on where we could go at. But I'm big on family. I'm big on black family. If I got married, I want a black wife. Like, I wish I was darker.
Who's your favorite artist?
Damn.
It seemed like it's Lil Wayne.
No, he is one of my top
3.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Kendrick.
My favorite artist is Kanye West.
I was gonna say yeah too.
And Kanye West is my favorite artist because as a youngin', when I was rapping, it's 14, 15, 16, 17, and I'm looking at everything around me. It's just gangster rap. Everybody was selling drugs. Everybody was gangster rapping. Like, and I mean, I could defend my own, but I'm not a thug. I'm not walking around on some extra shit for me to be like, yeah, da 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 da. So, and I'm very big on keeping it real in my music. So I'm not talking about other lifestyles. So even though when I was younger, I realized like at one point in time, I realized like, that's not you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when Kanye West came out, officially as an artist, and I'm watching him and trying to come around a girl acting like Mr. Bentley instead of like, and I'm looking at this guy in a polo shirt and a backpack, and I'm like,
well, you said he won't do that though. They letting
us in the door. I'm just saying, at that time, I'm like, son, everybody doesn't have to gangster rap and sell drugs and talk crazy, and they still letting you in the door. Nah, I could do it. Shout out to Kanye. You know what I'm saying? And then you get the Kendricks, Joyner Lucas. He's one of my favorite of the newcomers right now. Joyner Lucas is an artist, man. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still big on rap, like rapping, the art of rapping. Speaking of that, I'm trying to get in the Guinness Book of World Records.
I see you have a freestyle every Thursday.
Every Thursday, on and off, based on how life treated me. For the last like 7.5, 8 years, I spit a freestyle on Thursday. Like I said, I lost my sister. I took months off. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, other times jobs and, you know, I'm not focused on rapping, you know, but I try to pick it back up and make up weeks that I missed. But on and off for the last like 7.5, 8 years, every Thursday I drop a verse. And right now, considering today's Friday, yesterday I dropped 2 verses. So I'm at 311.
311 verses on Instagram.
On Instagram. So, and I started TikTok late, so like maybe 100 of those verses are on TikTok, but I got them on there, and I'm trying to get in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most freestyles or the most verses, whatever word they want to use, on social media under 1 minute.
There's a list like that?
You create nowadays, you call a Guinness Book, you present something that you feel like should be a world record, and they approve it or they don't. You know what I'm saying? And if they approve it, it's from what I've read, because I haven't actually called them. Shout out to Rip. Shout out to everybody that tell me why haven't I called them yet. But when it comes to that, like I looked up the Guinness Book of World Records, like people who's in there who are rappers, and there's only like 5 or 6. Like Twista.
Damn. Probably the fastest one.
Twista is the fastest, I think, most syllables in a minute. And Lil Wayne, Eminem, Jay-Z, like, and they're all in there for some social media stuff. Like Lil Wayne is in there for like the most likes on a picture in one day. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing rap related. So I'm like, you know, when I looked up the stuff, it's like you file the paperwork, you pay the bread, you present the world record, and the burden of proof is on them to prove you wrong. Like, if nobody else is claiming this record, it's yours.
So you just wake up and just the word just come up to your mind, or you just write it down before you spit it?
Shout out to Distinguished, man. Look, I just want to say shout out to the podcast, because Distinguished, man, my homeboy Distinguished said that I need to have a whole segment just discussing how Rap Trap Thursdays came alive. And it's like, sometimes a beat, I pick a different industry beat. Sometimes it's a beat that's rocking right now, like it's the number one on the top 10. I'll get on the beat. Or it could be a beat from 1985 rap. I'll get on that beat. I don't know what makes me choose the beats. It's either it speaks to me or it doesn't at that time. Sometimes I've heard a beat and I was like, hell no, I can't do it. And then 6, 7, 8 weeks later, I'm like, you know what, I can get on that beat. Like, and then, because one day I'm on the radio, I'm listening to the radio and it comes on, I just start rhyming and I'm like, oh no, I could start a whole verse like that. And then I'll take out my phone and like write down that line and then it'll start. Sometimes friends recommend beats to me, like, I think you should rip this. And I just hear it and I'm like, all right. And I come up with a verse. Or sometimes I wake up that morning on Thursday and have no verse recorded. Go to work with no beat chosen. And then at work, when I'm on my break, I'll just be like, damn. And I'll find a beat and I'll be like, yo, you know what? I like this. I might pick an artist. I might type in Rick Ross beats and just scroll through and listen to beats that he has dropped, of songs that he dropped, and be like, nah, I like that one. Or, you know, and I'll just write the verse. Sometimes I'll record a verse a week in advance. Sometimes I have 2 or 3 verses recorded ready to drop weeks in advance, because I'm like, I could drop these on Thursday. Sometimes I'll drop it 30 minutes before 12 o'clock, before it's Friday, just so I could get it out on Thursday. I don't.
So you got them prepared?
Sometimes. Like, if a beat speaks to me or somebody calls me like, yo, bro, you need to get on this, and I hear it, I'll start writing to it. It could be Friday. Next week, Thursday, I'll record this verse. Or I won't choose a beat until Thursday morning. And when I was taking the train to work, I'll be on the train. I wrote my best material on New York City subway. Headphones in your ears, sitting in the seat, standing at the door, and just writing to an instrumental in my head. And I've wrote hundreds of verses like that. So sometimes it's prepared, sometimes it's the day of.
What's the most viewed verse you have?
I think on one, this is when the reels started. I think I had like maybe 4K on one on Instagram. And I think my highest on TikTok right now is probably like 1,600 like on the views. But I haven't been paying for the, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really care.
Right.
The views are not what I need to get into the Guinness Book.
Right.
I just need the verses.
Right.
Because when I call them, I say, I have over 400 verses on social media, under a minute. No one else in the world has done that. And then when they approve me, because I'm one of those people that speaks it into existence, when I get into the Guinness Book of World Records, I'm going to call all the news stations in the city. One of them got to give me 30 seconds. A New York native just got into the Guinness Book. And I'm going to use that. Everybody trying to get on the radio, everybody trying to get to the hottest DJ, the biggest promoter, whatever artist they feel like could do whatever for them. Me, I'm trying to get in the Guinness Book of World Records. That ain't even something somebody say to you on a regular. So, yeah, man. Shout out to the podcast for letting me even get that off, man. I've been waiting to tell people like, man, I'm about to take the world by storm, starting with the Guinness Book of World Records, man.
You're here first.
Yeah, man.
If you could say something to your younger self, what would it be?
Stick with it. Stick with it, man. One of my greatest regrets was giving up music at a time. I was young. I was hungry. I was running around. Like at one point in time when I was younger, you could not go into any underground building and not say Jackpot, and they didn't know who I was. And when I was going to college at the time. When I got into my senior year of college, I made the grave mistake of thinking that I could not do college and music at the same time. And I put down music so that I could finish college, my undergrad. And as soon as I finished, I got a job with the city, And I was working, and music just kept falling apart, and music just kept falling by the waistline. And when I woke up one day after a couple of years, like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you always loved music. Rap Trap Thursdays was started because Monica, I don't know if you remember, let me show you how. Remember when the So Gone challenge came out?
Yeah.
That was the year that Rap Trap Thursday started, because I was saying, whatever, we doing whatever. And then it started. People like, yo, So Gone challenge, get on this Monica beat. And I'm just watching different rappers. I'm scrolling through I'm like, what? I started right into it, and I recorded it. And everybody from, in my life that knew I used to rap from before, gave me some good, it was well received. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start back on it. How do I rap without having to spend hundreds of millions of dollars, but still let everybody know that I got bars for them? Rap Trap Thursdays was born. And 8 years in now, we 311 verses in.
Yeah, we are almost at the ending. So if you want to spit a freestyle or tell them people where they can find you at?
Yo, you want to hear a freestyle? I got 311 of them for you on social media. Like, I don't know. I'm really at a real crossroads on when I do interviews, like, and they like, yo, spit a verse.
Right. You got
it's like boy, I'm giving y'all free verses already. Like, so.
You can spit one of them that you have in your Instagram.
Shoot, man, I got a verse that I love from old school time. But yo, my name is Jackpot, Mr. Jackpot from Queens, man. Shout out to the whole New York City, but Queens get the money. They can find me on all social media, Jackpot Life, DAT Jackpot Life, and on YouTube it's Mr. Jackpot Music, MR Jackpot Music. I just dropped a project called Could This Be an Album? I want the people to help me decide, right? Because I could call it an album, but what you think? So go listen to it. It was born on my late sister's birthday. And the album was born on my late sister's birthday, which was 4/20. I never really celebrated 4/20 when she was alive because it was always her birthday. And I'm ready to work. There's enough money out here for all of us to get it. Let's get it together. And shout out to Bonbaguy. Am I saying that right? Bonbaguy, right? Where your family from? Haiti. I'm Jamaican. Mm-hmm. So yeah, when I'm hearing it, I'm like, okay, boom. So, all right, boom. Shout out to everybody, man. I came to rap. Shout out to Stack Skrilla. Oh yes, it's Mr. Who needs no introduction. Mr. When I speak, there's no interruptions. Mr. Vacuum, I snatch your chick like a suction. We disappear so you can say I abduct them. Whoa, to keep it real from the jump, son, I'm not here for any love, I just lust them. I pop 200 condoms a month, son. I treat packs like automatics, I bust them. Get it? I just love how they trust them. Her husband like, wifey wouldn't jeopardize our trust fund. I need no pesos and my G have me secretly in like the Underground Railroad. A long stick, but chips, I don't spare those and still have them crazy like snakes on pheromones. The sneaking round thing, ma, is nothing. Just save my number in your phone as if I was your cousin. Jackpot.
All right. Shout out to everybody. Everybody tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment.
Hashtag I'm not jacking it.
Hashtag I'm not jacking it.
It's another one of my segments. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on, man. I'm just trying to make one of them work, man. Shout out to the podcast. I see you doing big things. I made sure I tapped in. I want to be a part of this for when we watching it on Vivo or something. I'm like, man, I was there before when he was shooting in the gym, man. Yeah. So shout out to the podcast. Shout out to everybody who came before me. Shout out to everybody who come after me. Tap in with him. He's holding it down. Mm-hmm. Let's get it.
All right, and we out. Peace.
Appreciate your soul, man.
No problem, man. Things looking out.